Welcome. It's Monday, September 16, 2024. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Nika Lewis. We begin with politics. The People's National Party spokesperson on education, Damian Crawford, used the platform yesterday of the PNP conference to rebuke the performance of Education Ministers Favour Williams' stewardship of the portfolio.
Bible said, who among us, if our children ask for bread, will give them stone, and if our children ask for fish, we'll give them serpent. Too many of our children are receiving stone and serpent from the Jamaica Labour Party. In PEP, 13,000 children this year did not achieve proficiency in mathematics. They asked for bread, they were given stone. 11,000 children did not achieve proficiency in English language. And then when it comes to CXC, it gets worse. Because 18% of Jamaican children get 5 subjects, including maths and English. And then I hear the Minister of Education is seeking a promotion. What can go so?
Following the recent brutal killing of 3 people in the Hurlock community in Montego Bay, St. James, Councillor for the Springmount Division, Jodian Kolamathi, says the community is now in a state of fear. She's calling on residents to help the police locate those involved.
Last night, minutes after 8, we heard loud explosions coming from where, well, we weren't certain where exactly it was coming from, but minutes after 10, I got a call stating that there was a shooting in the Hurlock area. Based on that shooting, or upon that shooting, we realized that we lost 3 persons. 3 persons were fatally shot. My take on this, we have been, for the longest time, we have been a quiet community. It has been a minute since we have had an uproar in the area. The last uproar that we had was when a young lady was brutally murdered at her home. So to see this coming now, it is basically shocking, and it has now laid fear and has driven our community into mourning, and as I said earlier, fear and grief.
And residents of Lucy, Hanover have been left to contend with poor road conditions. They say the roadway, which serves the police station, the Lucy Primary and Infant School, and one branch of the National Works Agency, has become hazardous and demand it to be repaired. One motorist spoke to CVM News.
I am not sure the car parts, everything, they happen bad. If I go the way I want to fix.
And you say this,
and blame him all about.
No, this piece of the road is leading up to the
police station same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the work agency.
All of them now one. So you ready for fix, man. So we could just get this out.
The death of 2 police in Clarendon, as well as a father and his 3-month-old son in Westmoreland, have left many in disbelief, and stakeholders are calling for better road safety practices. Vice Chairman at the National Road Safety Council, the NRSC, Dr. Lucian Jones, says there must be a more serious approach to the issue.
The recent surge in the number of people who have died on the nation's roads in recent times is quite disturbing and in fact very alarming. This includes the death of the policeman and the policewoman, and the death of a young baby and an adult in Westmoreland. One of the things that we have to be concerned about is the reports from many persons coming to the National Safety Council, and I'm sure coming to the police also and to the media. Is a number of persons who are not wearing their seatbelts, both back and front, and especially children who are not buckled up or in a seat, or in a car seat. As a country, as enforcing officers, we have to make sure that people are properly buckled up in cars both front and back, and that motorcyclists wear a helmet.
Sustaining populations are important to a nation's development, and that's why the Hugh Winter Institute for Reproductive Healthcare and Endoscopic Surgery at the University of the West Indies is having a roundtable talk to discuss how to preserve family life and future generations. Speaking this morning on Sunrise was the director of the institute, Dr. John Harriott. He explained the concern for Jamaica's fertility rate.
We are coming from the 70s where it was 4.5 to now we are at a replacement level of 1.9. The thing is that for us to replace the population, that chosen figure is 2.1. So we are below currently replacement level fertility rates. Generally speaking, the fall in birth rates tend to lag the fertility rate. And the reason behind this is that for somebody to be considered as part of a total fertility rate, you have to get to reproductive age, which is age 15 years. So it's being born today is 15 years from now that you are now numbered among the fertility rate.
Right.
So it means, therefore, you can have growth or increased population growth despite a low fertility rate.
Yes.
What we are seeing in Jamaica is the reverse. Our birth rates have been trending down over the last 24 years because of very effective public campaigns.
Family planning.
From two is better than too many. It has worked very well, right? So I'm not here to cause anxiety or fear-mongering among our Jamaican women or men, but just to recognize that we have a responsibility to protect humanity.
Yes.
We need to ensure that come 50 years from now, or by the end of the century, where it's now estimated that the total fertility rate worldwide will fall even further to 1.6. There are countries like China and Japan, where this is, and South Korea, where this is becoming a serious problem, because what happened is that in China they had a one-child policy and basically eliminated all the females.
Stay with us. CVM News at Noon continues after this break.
Tired of the high interest rates and the whole heap of loan payments every month? Take a debt consolidation loan from AIM to pay credit card bills and all other high interest rate loans from other institutions. Make one low monthly payment to AIM and take home some extra money in your pocket. That's financial freedom. One loan, one low payment, more money in your pocket. Call AIM today to lower your loan payments. And remember, you won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
SuperMed Family of Pharmacies, your trusted partner in health and wellness for over 30 years. With 8 convenient pharmacies across Eastern Jamaica. SuperMed Mall Pharmacy, SuperMed New Kingston, SuperMed Pepine, SuperMed Port Antonio Pharmacies 1 and 2, Claire's St. Mary, Lloyd's St. Thomas, and a convenient drive-thru at our Hughenden location where you can get your medication without leaving your car. We're dedicated to providing you with the highest level of care. Experience the difference with SuperMed Family of Pharmacies. Super happy, super healthy.
And you go, darling. Have a good day. Blessing. SuperMed.
Welcome back. It's now time for international news. Ryan Wesley Routh, age 58 of Hawaii, has been named by U.S. media as the suspected gunman accused of assassination plot against former U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump has said he is safe and well after what the FBI has described as a second apparent assassination attempt at his Florida golf course. Here's more from the BBC.
Donald Trump has said that he is safe and well after what the FBI described as a second apparent assassination attempt against him. A Secret Service agent spotted an assault rifle poking out of bushes on the former president's Florida golf course within several hundred meters of where he was playing. The agent opened fire. The suspect, who fled in a car, was later arrested. Police have searched his home in North Carolina. Joe Biden and his Vice President Kamala Harris both expressed relief that Mr. Trump had not been hurt. Security had been tightened around the Republican presidential election candidate after an assassination attempt in July. Graham Satchell reports.
They blocked it off.
The I-95 in Florida and pictures taken by a passing motorist show a large number of police surrounding a vehicle. Law enforcement officers have just detained a man suspected of attempting to assassinate Donald Trump. He was driving the black car seen here at the side of the road. The former president was playing golf on his own course when a number of gunshots were heard. A Secret Service agent had spotted a rifle being pointed from bushes at the edge of the course.
They have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
The police recovered what they say is an AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks containing ceramic tiles, and a GoPro camera.
We are not sure right now if the individual was able to take a shot at our agents, but for sure our agents were able to engage with the subject.
All right, back home now, we return to post-conference pulse for our live discussion, reactions to the PNP's 86th annual conference. It's the day after the People's National Party's 86th annual conference, and of course, the conversations are buzzing. The energy was high, the turnout significant, and the surprise appearances from a Kampong Maroon chief, Richard Curry, to dancehall star Vibes Cartel. Those have left many with much to say. Today, we turn to political pundits and social commentators to get their take on what this means for the PNP going forward. So was it a show of unity and momentum, or simply a spectacle? Joining us to weigh in is political commentator and financial analyst Dennis Chung. We'll be joined later on by a few other people, I'm being advised. So Mr. Chung, welcome to the discussion. Well, let's start with the overall atmosphere of the conference. What was your initial reaction to the energy and the turnout?
Well, the energy seemed high. Of course, when you from the last polls that the opposition was gaining momentum, I didn't expect any less. I'm sure that they would have taken advantage of that by organizing the movement of people from all over. Because remember that it's really the organization that gets people to move out. I mean, you can't move people out without them wanting to go. So it seems like they have a lot